Happy Sabbath, church. Isn't it nice to be here? Isn't Sabbath a day of celebration? It's a whole day of just, I don't have to work to survive. And it's wonderful to see everybody here. Wanted to also say happy spring and a plug for Sabbath School. We have one brave church member who's actually got seed in the ground. Pretty impressive. And so spring is here, and I'm grateful. It's one of my favorite holidays. But it is wonderful to see color come back. And even though it means mowing, it is a wonderful season. So we're going to dwell just a little bit on the passing of winter. So winter is on the way out. It's going to strike one more time, I think, this weekend. But kind of speaking of winter, did you follow the Winter Olympics? So we're going to be talking about some athletics today. And the Winter Olympics is pretty unique in the sense that these are world-class athletes. You may be the best at what you do in the world at this time. And these athletes come together after hard work and practice, and they compete. I wanted to ask if, let's see if we can get this going here. Hold on, I think I'm on. Nope. Now I'm on. So, world and Olympic records are broken during these events. This was a lean year, but I'm going to ask you, how many world records were broken at this last Olympics? Take a guess. Only one world record. And her name, she is a Miss Zandra, blah, blah, blah. She set a world record in women's 500-meter short track speed skating. Very specific. How many Olympic records were broken this last time? There's a little bit of hedge, but anybody want to guess? This number is a little bit higher. 19 Olympic records were broken, mostly in speed skating, short track speed skating, and figure skating scoring events. Anybody enjoy curling? Do you smile at curling? Actually, once you kind of read the rules and you see what they're doing, it actually makes great memes too. It's pretty fantastic. So I just wanted to scroll through some of these events. We were enamored, captured by these events. I like Winter Olympics as much as summer. We had some hockey wins this year. And I wanted to draw your attention to the effort and the skill of these athletes is phenomenal. It's exceptional. And they're rewarded with medals. But if they didn't win one, they come back again. It's a lifetime achievement. It's something that they strive for to compete and win. I wanted to draw your attention to the natural world is that there are athletes in God's creation. And we're going to go through some of these. Some of them are for strength, and some are for endurance, incredible endurance. The first one that we're going to talk about, is the bar-tailed godwit. Never heard of this bird before, but it was first described by the Swedish naturalist Carl Linnaeus. So this botanist was responsible for using Latin to come up with a naming convention. So they use Latin, it's a dead language, and this particular bird is from the family Lamosa, which means muddy, and that's kind of where their habitat is. This was back in 1758. So this bird, it's called a godwit, Godwit, was recorded even earlier in 1416, and was named maybe by the imitation of the bird's call, or from the Old English godwit, meaning good creature. So it's kind of fun to see the history of these birds. What this bird is known for, it is one of the greatest long-distance migrants on Earth. It has made some of the longest documented non-stop flights of any animal, including track journeys from Alaska to New Zealand and up through China and back. More than this one bird that was tagged, called B6, flew 8,425 miles non-stop in 11 days from Alaska down to Tasmania. So how does an animal go for 11 days of nonstop flying without food, water, or sleep? This bird is remarkable. It basically turns itself into a living, long-range aircraft before departure. In the weeks before migration, godwits bulk up heavily on fat, which is their main fuel. Fat is extremely energy dense, so gram for gram it gives far more energy, flight energy, than protein or carbohydrates. Before departure, godwits double their body weight, with fat comprising 50% of their total mass. This fat serves as a high-density fuel tank for constant flapping, which is more energy intensive than soaring. They are not soars like the albatross. They constantly flap. They shrink their internal organs that aren't being used, like their gizzards, intestines, and stomach. They can shrink it by as much as 20%. They said 43 inches down to 31 inches. They just don't need this to work right now, and so they absorb that material into their system. The liver and kidneys can lose up to 25 to 60% of their mass. Conversely, the organs required for the flight increase in size and capacity. Their flight muscles, the pectorals, they grow to handle the power requirements for continuous flapping. They are active flyers, not gliders. Unlike the albatross, Audubon summarizes their long Pacific migration, saying their wings are moving the whole time. Just a nice, slow, rhythmic move. Their heart expands to become more efficient. It distributes oxygen and energy-rich fat to their active tissues. To avoid stopping to rest, the godwit utilizes unihemispheric sleep, where one half of the brain sleeps while the other remains active to maintain flight and navigation. The bird's body composition shifts from being primarily water-based, which is over half, to fat-based, about 31% water. It generates metabolic water from burning fat to stay hydrated without drinking. I didn't know that was a thing. Upon reaching the destination, the birds quickly rebuild their metabolic machinery, digestive organs return and resume to normal feeding, and they restore their health. It takes weeks. They also do not need to drink during the flight because of this metabolism generating water. The bird is not carrying water with them. Water is very heavy. It burns their fat, generating water. It doesn't make the trip easy, but it helps explain how a nonstop flight, ocean crossing, is even possible. Aerodynamics and route choice matter also. Godwits are built for efficient, sustained flight, and they often depart with favorable tailwinds, especially on the Pacific crossing. This lets them conserve energy while covering huge distances over the open ocean, where landing is not really an option. So to do what they do, they store huge fat reserves, they lighten their body, they launch in good winds, and they fly continuously with extraordinary endurance and navigation. One of the most astonishing things about these is that even the young birds, the first year, will make these marathon flights, and it suggests that there is a powerful built-in navigation system where they look at stars and magnetic cues, and they can tell where they are. Try to hit that island, New Zealand, from Alaska. It takes GPS. Not to be outdone, here's another athlete. This is the Arctic tern, and it's extraordinary. This is a relatively small seabird, only weighing 3 to 4 ounces, about 15 inches long. Despite its small size, the Arctic tern is incredibly strong and an efficient flyer. What makes this bird truly unique is its extraordinary migration. Each year, Arctic terns travel from their breeding grounds in the Arctic regions of North America and Asia all the way down to the waters surrounding Antarctica, and then back again. This round trip can exceed 40,000 miles annually, making it the longest migration of any animal on Earth. The Arctic tern is perfectly adapted for this life of constant travel. Its long, narrow wings allow it to glide efficiently over the oceans. It conserves energy during its massive journeys. It feeds by diving into the water to scoop up small fish and marine animals, often hovering briefly before plunging down with precision. Although small and lightweight, the Arctic tern is also fiercely protective of its nesting areas, often dive bombing much larger animals, including humans, to defend its eggs. In many ways, the Arctic tern is a symbol of endurance and navigation, a tiny bird capable of traveling from one end of the planet to the other and back every year. This is a bird that loves summer and it enjoys it twice a year. It gets more sun than any other animal. One more bird I wanted to point out. Do you know what this one is? I should be asking. It's a common swift. It's a small bird with one of the most extraordinary lifestyles in the natural world. It's only 6 or 7 inches long. It weighs an ounce and a half, 40 grams. It has long, narrow wings that can span about 16 inches. Can you guess what it's known for? It spends most of its time airborne. These birds eat and drink and even sleep while airborne. Despite its small size, the common swift is an incredibly powerful flyer built for almost entirety of its life in the air. After young swifts leave the nest, they can remain in the air for many months without landing. Some studies suggest that they may stay aloft for up to 10 months, traveling thousands of miles during migration between Europe and Africa. The swift's body is perfectly designed for this aerial lifestyle. Its long, side-like shaped wings allow it to glide efficiently for long periods, conserving energy while covering great distances. Its small, lightweight body, powerful flight muscles help it move with ease with remarkable speed and agility as it catches insects in the air. Unlike many birds, swifts have very short legs, which makes it difficult to walk. But that isn't a problem because they are almost never on the ground. Instead, they cling to vertical surfaces like cliffs and towers and buildings where they nest. In many ways, the common swift is one of nature's most extreme aerial specialists, a bird so perfectly adapted to the sky that it spends the vast majority of its life in flight. They had a hard time studying them because they're always airborne. And it is interesting that, anyway, it's a beautiful creation. Gonna move to the ground. What's this guy known for? He's the fastest land animal on Earth, one of the most specialized predators in the animal kingdom. It's known for its slender body and its spotted coat. Adult cheetahs can typically weigh about 75 to 140 pounds and stand 30 inches tall at the shoulder. Long, slender body, almost built entirely for speed rather than true brute strength. Unlike other big cats, cheetahs cannot roar, but they chirp and purr. Females live alone or with their cubs, while males often form groups called coalitions. And their populations are vulnerable due to habitat loss and conflict with other predators. They are not fighters. What makes a cheetah unique is its incredible ability to accelerate. From a starting point, it can reach 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds. Faster than many sports cars. At top speed, they can hit 65 to 75 miles an hour. The cheetah's body stretches and contracts like a spring. Its long legs, lightweight frame, flexible spine, and powerful hind muscles all work together to create explosive bursts of speed during a hunt. The cheetah also has several special adaptations that help it run so fast. It has large nasal passages and lungs, allowing it to take in huge amounts of oxygen, and its long tail acts as a rudder, helping it to balance and change direction when chasing prey at high speed. Unlike most big cats, the cheetah has semi-retractable claws that provide traction similar to the cleats of a runner. Another distinctive feature is on the cheetah's face are their dark tear lines running from the eyes down to the mouth. These markings help reduce glare from the sun and improve focus while hunting in the bright African savanna. I did not know that. Although not the strongest of the big cats, the cheetah is a masterpiece of design, an animal perfectly built for speed, agility, precision hunting on the open plains. They are beautiful. Can you guess what this is? Ah, good. A lot of people just say antelope in general, but it's a pronghorn. While the cheetah is faster in a sprint, the pronghorn is the superior distant runner. The pronghorn antelope is one of North America's most remarkable animals and the fastest mammal in the Western Hemisphere. Adults stand 3 to 3.5 feet tall, 90 to 150 pounds. Their slender legs are built for incredible speed. Although they are often called antelope, pronghorns are actually unique to North America and belong to their own scientific family. What makes the pronghorn truly extraordinary is its speed and endurance. It can run over 60 miles an hour at peak, but it can maintain high speeds for long distances. In fact, it's the second fastest land animal in the world, surpassed only by the cheetah. Unlike the cheetah, which can sprint briefly, the pronghorn can run at 45 to 50 miles an hour for miles at a time, making it one of the greatest endurance runners on the planet. They have several unique adaptations. Large lungs, oversized heart, wide windpipe allow them to take in enormous amounts of oxygen while running. Their eyes are also unusually large, which giving them excellent long-distance vision, helps them detect predators across the open plains. And their horns are unusual. Unlike deer antlers, which are shed entirely every year, pronghorns have permanently bony horns with a sheath that is shed and regrown annually, making them unique among the hoofed animals. Perfectly adapted to the wide-open grasslands and deserts of western North America, the pronghorn is a symbol of speed and endurance and survival in some of the continent's most expansive landscapes. They are beautiful. Now we're going to go to brute strength. This is the African bush elephant. It's known in terms of the strongest animal in sheer absolute force. It can lift 13,000 pounds. The African bush elephant is the largest land animal on Earth and one of the most impressive creatures in the animal kingdom. They can stand 10 to 13 feet tall and weigh 10 to 14,000 pounds, about as large as a truck. Their massive bodies are supported by thick, pillar-like legs and allow them to walk great distances across Africa's savannas and forests. One of the most remarkable features is the trunk, a fusion of the nose and the upper lip containing over 40,000 muscles. This incredible, versatile tool allows elephants to breathe, smell, drink water, grasp small objects, and even uproot trees. Despite its power, the trunk is delicate enough to pick up something as small as a blade of grass. African bush elephants are also famous for their enormous ears, which can span nearly 6 feet across. These ears help regulate body temperature by radiating heat in the hot African climate. Both males and females typically grow long ivory tusks, which they use for digging, stripping bark from trees, and defending themselves when necessary. What makes these elephants truly unique is not just their size and strength, but their intelligence and complex social behavior. They live in close-knit families, family groups led by an experienced female called a matriarch. And they communicate through sounds, body language, and even low-frequency vibrations that travel through the ground. In many ways, the African bush elephant is both a gentle giant and a powerful force of nature, shaping the ecosystems around it by knocking down trees, creating water holes, clearing paths that benefit many other species. The gorilla. Who has been to our local zoo and seen the car tire twisted inside and out? Crazy. One of the strongest primates capable of lifting over 1,800 pounds. This is 4 to 10 times stronger than the average human, especially in upper body pulling strength. Gorillas have a higher proportion of what's called fast twitch muscle fibers, which generates powerful bursts of force. These fibers allow explosive pulling power, powerful biting and rapid bursts of movement. I think this is a silverback. And the sea, we're going to go into the water. This is called the Cuvier's beaked whale. It's the one on the bottom with the beak-like bird-like beak. It's one of the most mysterious and extreme divers in the animal kingdom. These whales grow to about 18 to 23 feet long, weighing 2 to 3 tons. Their bodies are streamlined and powerful, built for life in the deep ocean rather than speed near the surface. They have a small dorsal fin set far back on the body and a distinctive rounded forehead with a short beak-like snout. It gives the species its name. What makes the Cuvier's beaked whale truly unique is its incredible diving ability. It holds the record for the deepest and longest dives of any mammal. Scientists have recorded individuals diving nearly 10,000 feet below the ocean surface and staying underwater for more than 3 hours before returning to the surface to breathe. These depths are far darker and more pressurized than most marine animals will ever experience, and by comparison, military submarines can only dive to a depth of 1,500 feet. To survive such extreme conditions, the whale has special adaptations. Its body can store large amounts of oxygen in the blood and the muscles, allowing it to stay submerged for long periods. Its rib cage is flexible and can partially collapse under immense pressure, protecting the lungs during deep dives. When hunting, Cuvier's beaked whales use powerful echolocation clicks to locate squid and deep-sea fish in the darkness. Despite its massive size and strength, these whales are rarely seen because they spend so much time of their lives far below the ocean in deep ocean waters. In many ways, the Cuvier's beaked whale is one of the ocean's greatest specialists, a powerful deep-sea diver capable of exploring depths that few animals can survive. You do not have to go to Africa to see the elephant or the cheetah. You can go to your own backyard and find a bumblebee whose tiny wings are so small it's not supposed to be able to fly. Or you can spend time with your house cat. It is a member of the only mammals that have vertical slits for pupils. Yeah, like the snake. The cat can produce over 100 unique sounds. And I'm sorry, dog owners, the dog can produce only about 10. The world is truly is filled with infinite creativity. Use your imagination and go exploring. The Sabbath is a great way to do that, a great day to do that. And to quote Job again, "But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, or let the fish in the sea inform you. Which of all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this? In his hand is the life of every creature and the breath of all mankind." Let's close in singing and praise.
I invite you to stand as we sing hymn number 633, When We All Get to Heaven. Sing the wondrous love of Jesus, sing his mercy and his grace. In the mansions bright and blessed,
thankful for this Sabbath day, and thank you for the promises. Thank you for giving us a home to look forward to, and we can spend time with you forever.